Moving on to topic number 7, we're going to switch sort of the NFL, but it doesn't really, the NFL hasn't had any fault in this situation. But is it Cameron Kinley, I believe his name is, a Navy football player who was a rookie free agent signing for the Tampa Bay Bucks, was hoping to get that military school exemption where your service is delayed for, I believe, 5 years. And then you can play in the NFL. These military schools, West Point for Army, Air Force, and of course Navy down in Annapolis. They always like when their players go to the NFL or go to a professional sports league because it brings attention to their schools, and it's good publicity. It's free publicity essentially, and they get attention to their programs, and it just helps all the branches, the military branches across the board. But Cameron was denied this delay in service, so he has to go into service for the Navy right now. And I can't remember the last time this has happened. I don't know if it's been, happened, kind of behind the scenes. There were 4 other players this year from military schools who actually didn't have to do this. They actually are able to play in the NFL. The difference is they came from the different branches. They came from the Air Force and Army. So that's the thing. From what I read, that there's kind of a reason for why he's not going, why the Navy wants to keep him, Brandon. But what are your thoughts on this situation as being a football coach and a huge football fan?
I mean, I'm really disappointed in hearing this and seeing this. Honestly, I'm disappointed for the Navy. First off, I'm disappointed for Cameron Kinley as well. And I'm disappointed for the NFL because I think this kid deserves his chance to be able to play in the NFL. And he talked about how it's one of his dreams to not only play in the NFL, but also to serve his country. And he said he's not looking to dismiss his service. He knows he wants to serve his country, and he is going to serve his country. He just wants to basically delay his service so he can try to play in the NFL. And we all know the average NFL career is only 4 years. And I'm sure some viewers are shocked to hear that, but that's the truth. The average NFL career is only 4 years. So he's just looking to defer his service for 5 years and see if he falls into that category. And he might even fall into a category where he plays more years. So it's just really one of those things where I think the Navy is dropping the ball right here. And I believe it's the director of the Navy that is the one that decided this. And I mean, I don't know. It's just bad publicity. You're getting bad publicity for the Navy and for Annapolis, and that's not something they need or something they deserve. It's a great school, one of the best service schools out there. And it not only serves the Navy, but it also serves the Marines. And I'm a big fan of Navy. And I don't know, I'm just really shocked that they're not allowing this young man to go ahead and live out his dream, but also to basically prop up the Navy too, and to prop up the service academy and to promote reasons of why they should attend the service academy. Now, he's applied to one of his senators, a local senator from the state of Tennessee, to get a waiver to allow him to go to rookie OTAs to basically hold off on this denial. And hopefully he gets it. And hopefully they even backtrack and actually change their decision after all the flack that they're going to get upcoming over the next few weeks, because he really deserves to be able to play. And rumor has it that the Navy coaching staff, when they recruited this kid, they promised him that he'd have a chance to go and play in the NFL, and that he'd have a chance to play in the NFL. He got recruited from Vanderbilt and a few other Division I schools, and he actually said that Vanderbilt was his top choice. But he said when he looked at serving his country and that Navy still said they'd give him a chance and an opportunity to go play in the NFL, he said that it was an easy decision because he wants to do both. So it's just really one of those things where I think the Navy needs to step up, do the right thing here, clear this kid, let him go chase his dream in the NFL, let him go play for the Tampa Bay Bucks next to Tom Brady, next to the reigning Super Bowl champions. I mean, they can get a ton of publicity on this team if they just play it out right and get a ton of kids to really want to commit and come to the service academies and to come to Navy. And you brought up another great point where there 4 other players from the other service academies were granted waivers to be able to go out and live out their dreams. Why are you not letting this kid go? And I haven't really heard any legit reasoning. So, Pat, if you do know of one, I'd love to hear it. But I really haven't heard of any legit reasoning why the Navy is not letting this kid go and play. And I really hope they change their mind and they really, like I said, reconsider. Please, if you're the Navy and you're the director of the Navy, reconsider, let Cameron Kinley go and play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, please.
Yeah, the excuse that's being made is that there are a shortage of naval officers right now in the United States Navy. Now, if you go to, the Navy Academy, the Naval Academy, that's where officers are taught, developed, and so forth. It's not like some people who just go into the Navy, so that's the thing. That's why these guys, I guess, are, you consider them even more highly sought after military service members because of the education they've gotten. Anytime you go to one of the service academies, you're studying to be an officer, not just a member of that branch of service. So that's supposedly the reason. Is one officer going to make that humongous difference? I don't know. I mean, I'm certainly not in the position to make that call, but it just seems like the flack, like you mentioned, and the bad publicity that Navy's getting right now, you would think this would deter other young people that want to get into the Naval Academy from applying, or maybe going to the Air Force, or maybe going to West Point instead because of what's happening here. I mean, I don't think that'll happen completely, especially if this gets turned around, but I don't see why this is a good thing for the Navy. I don't understand why they did this, and this just doesn't seem right, and it just seems weird that they would even think that this would be okay. Joe Cardona, who's the long snapper for the Patriots, he was at Navy. Patriots actually drafted him. And then what he did was that he first got the deferral, and then he started giving his military service during the offseason as a naval reserve. So he was able to do his service in a different manner rather than just being with the Navy the year round, So I got to think they can work something out like that where this kid can go do that and then also still play in the NFL. I don't know if it's because he wasn't drafted, but there's been plenty of undrafted guys from the service academies who have still gone to the NFL. So it just seems weird. It just seems like there's something. Maybe it was a panic move by this director of the Navy or whatever was the consensus amongst not allowing this kid to play in the NFL. But clearly this is a bad move. Hopefully they rectify it for the kid's sake.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a bad move, and they need to rectify it ASAP and immediately. With all this bad publicity, they're just going to keep getting more of it, I guarantee you. And it's just one of those things where you brought up a great point with Joe Cardona. I believe he won 2 or 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots, right? And so it's just one of those things where that was great publicity. And I'm telling you, every time we've seen Joe Cardona locally or in an interview, he was either wearing a Navy sweatshirt, a Navy shirt, talking about his time at the Naval Academy and in the services. That's the same thing that Cameron Kinley said he's going to do. So it's just really one of those things where I think they've got a lot more to gain here if they let this kid play out his dreams. But if they don't, then they're going to lose a ton going forward. And yeah, I don't think we want to see that for the Navy or for even Cameron Kinley. So it's like, I hope they really change their mind here and let him play.